Okay, so I wanted to do a quick video giving a summary of the Siam app. So let's give this a go. So whilst this is a web application, it's been primarily designed to be used on a mobile device, and that's any smart modern device. So what we're using here is just a wired template to illustrate an iPhone in this example, but it will work on any mobile smartphone device. First of all, we need to log in, and that's done by entering a username or a password. We do have forgotten access details option. And if that happens, you just have to enter in the relevant email address, and then instructions can be sent to them. We'll probably need to get some information about from you exactly how you wish to sort of solve that situation. So back at our login page, we're going to assume that they've entered in correctly their username and password. I'm just going to click on that. And here we arrive at our main dashboard page. Now, the illustrations here are assuming that it's a manager that's logged in. There's two different levels of users. We can call them field technicians or users and managers. And when we log in, we also know which of those they are, and they therefore receive the relevant information. So as a manager, here what they see is an overall summary of all the activities of their field technicians. In this case, 32% of them have, or 32% of the necessary visits have been completed. And we can also see underneath that there's 158 days to go until our magic deadline, and that means that there's an average visits required per day per field technician of 6 per person per day. And of course that number gets too high, then that's a little bit of an alarm bell, and at least we can do something about it. We've got 3 tabs on the bottom. I'll run through those in a moment. We're obviously at the initial dashboard page here. The second one I kind of call performance, and the last one is a search field. I'll come to those in a moment. First of all, I'll point out what we call a burger bar menu in the top right corner. This basically gives us some access to some additional screens, maybe screens that we don't need on a day-by-day basis. So let's have a look there. So here we can export all data, and that's done by sending a CSV file via email. So we're just entering the email there using our keyboard, and then we hit send. And then that CSV file can be imported into Excel or Numbers or any modern spreadsheet and adjusted as they wish. So back at our burger bar menu, we've got account details. Now, I'm actually not sure you actually require this, but if you do, the idea is that here the user themselves will be able to edit their own information, be that name, phone number, email address, etc. Again, I'm not actually sure if you require this, so do give us your feedback if you do. It's so they just tap on each field as they need, and they can enter in the relevant details, hit enter or save. I haven't drawn up the navigation on this one, so let me just go back to this. And change my password, that's probably fairly self-explanatory, and obviously the option to log out. So that's the burger bar menu. I'm going to jump back to the main application now. Now we're going to click onto one of the other tabs. I want to click on the performance tab. So here we can see a list of the field technicians, so we can see them placed in order of how many visits they've completed against their quota. And we can scroll up and down to access all of the field technicians. We can click any of these to see more details. Let's do that. And here we've got the option of digging down into that specific person's performance or looking at their contact details. Now, if you wish or need to see a list of the visits they've made in detail, like which visits they've seen every single day, then we can provide that. Or if you need to see a list of the farms that are assigned to this particular person, again, we can provide that if you need it. That said, if you don't think that's critical information that people need whilst they're on the go, then it's always advisable to keep these sort of pages as simple and lean and minimal as possible. It just makes it so much more usable. So I'll click on the details first. And here we can see their name, their phone number, email address, and address. And perhaps more importantly, we can then actually make a phone call. We can send them a text, we can send them an email, or we can get directions to their location. And more importantly is obviously the performance tab. So let's click on that. So here we can see how well this particular field technician is performing. I have their name at the top. In this example, they've completed 75 of their 2,100 visits they need to achieve this year. And we can see how many visits they've actually completed over the last week. We can actually swipe this week left and right to see their performance across several weeks. And we can see how many days to their deadline. And I understand that everyone will have the same deadline. If that's incorrect, then you need to tell me. And how many visits per day this particular field technician would need to achieve to hit their deadline. Okay. So we can now go back. And that's really all the details about the field technician. So now I've gone back to our sort of, original page, and what we've done there is basically go and look at the performance of our field technicians, and we've clicked into one of them and navigated to them that way. There is also a more direct route, which is basically via the search tab. So here we've got basically 3 different lists. We've got a list of field technicians, they're listed in alphabetical order. We've got a list of farms, and these are listed in proximity order. So they are, the first one on the list is the one that's most closest to them. And the last on this list is an ID. So I understand you are entering or creating an ID system. So, and we can search any of these fields. So we can tap on farm and type in a name for a farm and hit search. We can tap in an ID and enter an ID number and hit search. We can tap on FT, enter a name for a field technician and hit search if we want to sort of cut down our options. When we've found a farm or an FT, we can also click into that for more details. So I'm going to click onto a farm. And here we've got currently 3 different options. We've got add a new report, we've got view logbooks, and I'm not sure if you actually need that option. So again, it's a question over to you guys. Do you need to see a history of logbooks that have been entered for this particular farm in the past? And if so, do you need that on the go? If you do, then we can create those pages. Otherwise, again, we can simplify this page down and remove that option. And then last on our list is details. Very similarly to the contact page, we can see their name, their email address, their phone number. We can send them a text, we can make a phone call, and we can also, of course, get directions to the farm, which is probably a particularly useful feature. But the main element will be obviously add a new report or add a new logbook. So this illustration assumes that some questions have already been completed because it just provides a bit of a better visual to explain how this would look. We can see in this example that 23% of the questions have been completed. We can see also what those questions are. Ones that are in black with a little green tick next to them have already had an answer placed. Ones that are in grey without a tick, that means that there is not currently an answer entered. We can click on any one of these to go into that specific question, see the question in detail and submit an answer. We can also jump forward to other sections if we wish. So we've got the section name here. So I'll show you how that works. So click on section, we just have a list of the different sections. We can scroll up and down to access them. We can click at any one of those and to jump forward to that particular section. Answer the questions there. I'm just going to go back. And I'm going to click on one of these questions just to show you how that looks. So here we can see again how far we are through these all the questions. We can see the name of the section we're in. Again, we can jump to another section as we need. Here we've got the question, and if that question is longer, of course, we've got more room to put that here. And in this particular example, we've got a multiple choice question, and we've assumed that they've tapped on this particular option. Now, if we click, we can go backwards to a previous question. We can go forwards to the next question without even submitting an answer. Or, of course, if we're happy with the answer, we can click on Save. Now, Save will actually save the answer, but also jump us automatically forward to the next question. And in this example, this is more of a typed answer. We can tap in these fields and enter in our comments, and again we click Save to progress to the next question. If we do want to go back to a previous question, again we can do it this way. We click on Jump to jump to a new section, or if we want to go back to that summary screen, we can also do that at any time too. So that's really all of the reporting done. So jump back to our main desktop page. That's really the application. The data that is recorded in the app automatically gets uploaded to your server. If you are outside of a signal area, don't have any signal, then it will save it locally and automatically upload when you've got data again. So that's it. Look forward to your feedback, and we'll take it from there.